let's start with where are we? Right now we're at Broad in Washington. This is where we were for the Mummers Parade. So the Mummers stream started right over where that truck is. We are, instead of going northbound on Broad Street, so we've been all the way up to City Hall on Broad, down that way. Instead of doing that, we're going to walk all the way south. And we're going to go down, not quite down to the highway, but we're going to go down to FDR Park, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Park, the largest park in South Philly, a recreational area. And then we're going to walk back up Broad Street to go down Passyunk Avenue. Okay, so let me say that into the camera. Let me into the camera so you can see me. Good morning. Hello. Welcome in everyone who's here early. Today we're going to be going on Broad Street. We're starting from the South Philadelphia line, which is basically Broad in Washington. We're going to walk all the way down to FDR Park, which is a couple kilometers, and we're going to walk through FDR Park, and then we're going to come back and do Passyunk Avenue. So we're going to take South Broad all the way down. Let's walk. Mr. Ruda says, Philly looks so clean compared to Seattle. Parts of it for sure. The mayor has, one of her initiatives when she came into office was a cleanup program, essentially putting out a bunch more folks on the street regularly to do cleanups. I forget the name of the program, but it's not germane to the conversation. But I've kind of noticed like a little bit of a difference. Just a little bit.
Is that a vlog?
Yes. Let's go. I'm going to be on that guy's blog. You're going to be famous, kid, I promise you. Kathy, good morning. Good morning. Makes you want to visit Philly more. Excellent. We go to New York more than Philly, and I'm not sure why. It is, New York's big. It's huge. There's a lot of opportunity of things to do there. Philly, I think you have to like plan your trip. I think New York is maybe easier to be spontaneous in. Anyway, little fun historical stop. The National Shrine for St. Rita of Cascia is here. If religious, specifically Catholic sites are your thing. Oh, look, a hipster. I'm not sure if you're talking about me. I don't get jokes. I'm sorry, but maybe it's possible. So we're gonna walk down the subway line. There's no stop at Washington. The closest subway stop is this one it's the Ellsworth Federal stop. It's basically like the first stop in South Philly. Wait, is that a vlog? I'm gonna be on that guy's vlog. It was a random passerby. It's nice out. It's way, way, way less windy than it was last week when we walked all the way up the Schuylkill River Trail. And for that, I'm grateful. All these houses, this is mostly residential. There's a lot of residential stuff along this block. Or along South Broad, I should say. North of Washington Ave, where we just were, is less residential, but we're getting down here. So a lot of South Philly is residential anyway. I read Phoenix is bigger than Philly. Perhaps geographically? Do they mean like the square mileage? Or just population? I mean, that wouldn't surprise me either. Phoenix is a massive city. Oh, this place is brand new. This used to be a fur store. Like they sold fur coats and stoles for ladies in society. And they stored them too in the summer months. And now it's a UPS store. Interesting. We're coming up on a fun mural down here. We can't see it until I turn around. We're gonna pass it. Both. So Phoenix is larger than Philly, both geographically, which definitely doesn't surprise me, and population. Which also, I guess it doesn't. When your city is so large, you got plenty of space for people to move in. Although Philly's pretty big. This is a fun mural here, the Mario Lanza mural. Just driving down Broad Street and you see Mario Lanza 4 stories high and absolutely glowing. Took the car to this car wash one time, and a piece of the headlight fell off and it was never seen again. Anyway, car got cleaned. So it's a pretty long walk through South Broad to get to FDR. I intentionally started at the entry point to South Philly. Not officially, but Washington Ave is sort of the cutoff for what most folks would consider like Center City. The surrounding cities are included in the land area size in this space. Yeah, if you included the Philly metro area, like, which would include parts of New Jersey, I wonder what that would entail. Because the metro area here is pretty large. It covers out into Delaware County, Bucks County, Montgomery County, over into Jersey, Cherry Hill, Camden. All that is within 20 minutes of Philly. I hear Arizona is nice, I suppose. Phoenix is fascinating because it's such an intentional city. Like, it's a new city in terms of like the US. Philly's old and it's sort of like sandwiched in between two rivers, and like there's not a lot of space to expand. Phoenix is just like, oh, you want more space? Go over into that desert there and build. What do they call that when they terraform? That's what I'm thinking. Just go into the desert, do a little terraforming, you know? So we just passed. We're coming up to another subway stop here at Ellsworth Federal, and then the Tasker Morris station is up here at Morris Avenue. Morris Street, rather, not Avenue. I've been through Arizona, like in a car, but I've never actually been to do anything in the state. A lot of those western cities are like that for me, or western states anyway. Just like driven through them, or maybe camped there for a night when I was a kid. As you can see, Philly's pretty flat in general. So you walk over to West Philly. West Philly's got some hills. Manayunk has some hills. Manayunk is a hill. So some parts of the city that are hilly, but the greater center city area and all of Broad Street is just perfectly flat. Thought Philly had way more people. Well, I mean, it's a Thursday morning at 11:30 a.m. and it's below freezing out, so there's still a few people walking around. Some of the hardier souls, but there are. You would see more people in better weather. Philly's a college town for sure. The population changes, at least in Center City and this area. Maybe not this area, but in Center City and West Philly, you notice it. And I don't mean just like undergrad. It's, you know, there's lots and lots of graduate students here too. But there's multiple major universities right next to downtown. Drexel, Temple, UPenn, LaSalle. And then all of the different grad schools that are associated with those. So in the summer, it's kind of weird actually, because there is like the city feels emptier. Not only do all the students leave, but half the city just lives at the shore for the summer. And so summer is actually pretty nice. The food is the best reason to go to Arizona. What's that guy who's Chris Bianco, the like pizza guy? That's in Arizona, right? His shop. 26 in Philly. That's right, 26 Fahrenheit. That is about right. It doesn't feel like it at the moment. I'm actually starting to sweat just a little bit, but I wore a better base layer today, so we have no issues with sweating. Oh, guys, good morning. We passed it, and I didn't point out the library. It's the South Philly Library. It's a nice one. It's brand new. We passed it about a block or two ago. It was at Morris Street, in fact. Colder than a witch's broom. Yeah. That's the analogy that I had in mind after those words. Yes, it is. Later, after we walk down through FDR Park, we're going to come back up here, and this is Passyunk Avenue, as a tourist would call it, Passyunk. Anyway, it's Passyunk. Don't ask me to spell that. But this is where we're going to walk this afternoon. It's one of those diagonal avenues that cuts through. Philadelphia is a grid, but there's a bunch of different diagonals. There's Passyunk, there's Moyamensing, there's Point Breeze Ave, Germantown Ave is probably the biggest one, but Germantown goes out of the Center City area. I don't know that counts. Fellas, congratulations. That's huge. How does your body feel? Other than maybe a little jittery, possibly anxious. It's fantastic. And you can only ever do 1 minute at a time. And cravings like that are like nausea. You kind of just wait for them to subside, and then they're gone for now. You just do that over and over, and then you're well set, right? Right? So simple. Sinuses and nose feel better. That's great. Congrats. Another subway stop. Now we're at Snyder. So this is where, when we were at the 2nd Street for the Mummers, we walked from 2nd and Washington to 2nd and Snyder. So in the few minutes that we've just been walking, we did that whole stretch that took forever and a day while we were in the crowd. I also walk quickly, so it makes sense. I always look at the Google Maps directions when they're talking about expected walking time, and I cut like 1/3 of the time off of it. So we're south of Snyder now. Snyder is one of the main sort of east-west streets in South Philly. It's Washington, then Snyder, then Oregon's probably the next one, and then in between you have all these residential streets. Across from me right now is South Philadelphia High School. So if you live in South Philly and you're a student and going to a public high school, it's not a magnet school, that's where you're going. Odie, good morning. Good morning. Hello. Shane, I hear my bus. I also know for today that if it gets really cold, or if my feet get really tired, I can always just take the bus back from FDR to Passyunk, and I don't need to, I wouldn't need to walk that way, and I wouldn't need to take the subway. So if I take the subway, that means we are underground for like 25 minutes, and then you just get clips. There used to be a GameStop over there. Now there's not. Sad trombone. Walk it, Dad's Fall Guy says. It is, I have another channel that I've been considering branding recently. It's been on my mind. Because we're not eating. There's no eating involved today. So it doesn't really match the name of the channel. The content is broader than the channel name at this point, I think. The content is broader than the channel name, so it's a thought. I did reserve it. I have an alt account. I have an alt account that I don't really use. I've only streamed to it once, and that was just to test this IRL setup. Don't tell anybody. I didn't wait. I'm just reading. I'm catching up these suggestions. Nicotine-soaked flavored toothpicks. Incredible. Incredible. Oh, I didn't have the. I don't know if I have the blurb thing set up on my phone. Let me see. Ads Manager, Toolkit, Audio Sources, Settings. Audio sources. I do. Oh, I know why it didn't play. It didn't play because my phone's on silent. My phone's been on silent for 15 years. Refresh audio sources. Okay, well, maybe that'll work. Maybe not. We heard the blurb. Yeah, because it's. You should. It's set up in the cloud OBS to play, but it is not. I had it on my phone, but my phone won't play sounds unless my unless my phone is on. My sound is on, rather. Jaywalk. Oh, there's a jaywalk command. Content at Dad's. They put KB Toys out of business. Remember KB Toys? I remember KB Toys in the mall growing up, and it was just like, holy shit, this place is amazing! And my mom was like, get out of here. Stop asking for shit. Oh, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. That sound came out of my phone. Spicy. No, not spicy. Although, yes, but no, not the Twitch channel. I was thinking about the. That was awkward. I was thinking about the branding and recently, and just like the name, because Rosemary, Diced Tim closed, and Tuesday was the last day, and he was like, can we go to the pool today? I was like, bro, it's 17 degrees outside. You were in the pool yesterday, and you told me how cold it was. River tubing does sound fun though. I agree. I was just thinking about river tubing literally 10 minutes before stream started. I was looking up information about river tubing. Okay, let's pretend that never happened. Let's say it all again. I did. And as well as some fresh corn, bicolor Jersey corn, Delaware corn. It also has some mixed tomatoes. The sauce on it is a pasta. Oh, interesting. I don't know what just happened there. No, it's not a potty break. I saw that it said offline, so I put the backpack down to figure out what was happening, and it just came back. I'm not squatting. I was squatting, but I was fixing the backpack. Chill. I thought there was an issue. The reason I was late to starting stream today, fun fact, is because I was trying to make sure that the encoder that I'm using, live view unit, was warm enough. Last time it dropped the signal for the stream, and I Don't really know why. And I'm theorizing that it's too cold. Because it's really not supposed to like be used below. I don't know what it's looking for. Anyway, I saw this just offline and I was like, wait, maybe that's what's happening. Okay, hold on. Okay. One moment. Okay, that should work. Okay, we're back. We got it. Hopefully. Farts over the speakers. I don't think we have there's no like specific fart sounds, I don't think, in the library of commands or channel points. Excuse me. The signal sometimes, yeah, it's like it just dropped, which is weird because I was just talking about like going into the subway and the signal dropping, and then it dropped. What app am I using to stream? Well, I'm using a live view encoder with a couple modems bonded to it. So I'm like, why does it has multiple cell connections, so dropping is weird. Did I miss anything? You missed about 15 blocks worth of Broad Street. That's all. We're down here on Shunk now, which is a fun street to say. So we are coming out of the more residential section of South Philly. So if we look back at where we just came from, you can see all those brick buildings. Yeah, all the housing along Broad. That just past Oregon Avenue here is going to give way to more open space. So we're coming down towards the stadium district at the moment. That's what we're heading toward. Technical difficulties, yes. No shorts in this weather. No shorts. I have pants today. Not only do I have pants, I'm also wearing a base layer on my legs. So my legs are toasty. And I'm wearing my anorak, which covers the tops of my thighs too, and my butt, which is great. We see a dog. I see a dog. I see a dog. We do not yet have a dog counter, but this little one definitely counts in life. The base layer. Spoiler, the base layer is just his leg hair. I feel attacked and validated, and I'm not sure which one is the stronger feeling. I smell weed. Ah, there it is. Ah, we identified the culprit. Command. Snow. Let's walk through the park, just like a little jaunt around. Reminds me, I need wool socks. Last stream, I wore socks that weren't thick enough, and my feet started hurt because my if I don't wear thick enough socks with these boots, my feet slip around inside of them, and then they get kind of like, they get sorer. God, good Lord, that's a horrible word to say. My feet get sorer quicker, but the trade-off is I have slip-on boots that are actually comfortable. These boots are Blundstones. I got them a couple years ago. My friend in Toronto, who have been friends with forever, moved there and bought them, and I was like mocking him for them because I said they looked silly. And then he was like, dude, just try them on. Like, you got to just try a pair on. And I did. And they felt great, so I bought them. And they're like my favorite pair of shoes ever. So this is the statue, the contentious Christopher Columbus statue. If you are up on your Philly city political turmoil, I guess, for a long time, this statue had a big box around it. This was right around the Black Lives Matter protests and 2020, kind of all of everything that happened in that time. People were trying to tear down the Christopher Columbus statue. And the city put a big box around it. Doesn't have a box around it anymore, but people are still on the hunt to get this thing taken down. So there it is. For all of your I don't know, colonial hero wants. You can come look at the statue now if you want. The boots with the fur. These are not fur lined, although they sell them fur lined, and I would love to have a pair. I'm wearing much thicker socks today though, so hopefully my feet hold up. Last time was also a lot farther than we're gonna go today. And I was walking very quickly. Like, I was motoring on the Schuylkill Trail. I'm walking a little less quickly today. My speed is, 70% of what I was on that day. Columbus equals colonialist. Yeah, I mean, everybody in the U.S. was like, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Yay! and now we're like, oh, he was not a good person. So, thus the controversy. Should have an addendum. Yeah, I guess I don't have anything personally against removing statues or like renaming things to something that is a little, less worshipful of really dark parts of the country's past. Like, I don't have an issue with that. I would not argue against that. I'm cool with removing statues. Twindrella says, yeah, I mean, that's, an addendum or some sort of educational component, but like also, it's one of those things where, like, if you know about it now, would you put up a statue like that now? And if not, why not take it down? Why not rename the park to something more representative of what we want Philadelphia to be? Like Skinny Joey's cheesesteaks here. This has been a cheesesteak spot. It's gotten renamed a bunch of times. Sorry, I'm just making light of it. You can't condemn a historical figure for their involvement in negative things that were present during their time. No, you can't condemn it, but you don't need to continue to worship it, and you don't need to continue to idolize it, and you don't need to continue to allow it to be present in public space in the same way, because now we know. And that's called growth. And when you grow and you learn and you move on from this sort of colonialist history that you were taught, that's why. That's why you take the statue down. But I agree with you in, like, yes, these were the times. This is sort of what people did back then. It's what people do now. It's not as broad a scale. What makes it skinny? Nothing. The guy, right? Because I don't know. I don't know who the guy in the picture that cheesesteak shop was, but it was definitely a South Philly guy. So we're back. We crossed over. This is what is this? Route 76. This is 76 now in the south part of 76 in Philly, and we're now definitely in the stadium district. People will park in these neighborhoods back here for games. And butter with lemon, nothing fancy. I also made fried zucchini, or bounty float. Okay, I swear to God. Hold on. We're just gonna clip this. Can we just click that to the edge? There we go. There. Now it's just clipped together. Okay. I'm trying to make it look nice. So we're now in the part of South Broad Street that is a lot not as great for pedestrians. It's actually not too bad. I mean, it's a big sidewalk, but some parts down here you gotta wait like 10 minutes to cross the street if you don't want to do it on a jaywalk. Were your toes painted white? Oh, you got a clip? Wait, did it drop? Ingest offline. Low bit rate. Okay. Interesting. It's just for like moving between cell towers or something. I don't know. Weird. Yes, were your toes painted white? They still are. Although is it still the same? There's still a little bit on there. I don't usually do my feet myself. I'll do the pedicure aspect, but I won't do the paint. Beep boop Beth, good day. Hello. Good to see ya. I do not have a daughter. I have a son. I have a son and a really strong sense of self. Let my kids paint my nails. I would let him paint my nails. I paint his nails. He's asked me to have his done a couple times. But I would let that happen on the day before I gave the week before I gave myself or got a manicure. Because I feel like it wouldn't last very long. Who knows? So Stadium District, as I said, we're now down here. This is there's three buildings down here in this complex. There's where the Phillies play, Citizens Bank Park, Then there's where the Eagles play, Lincoln Financial Field. And then there's where the 76ers and Flyers and the Philadelphia Wings, which is the lacrosse team. Why I know that, I don't know. But they play in the Wells Fargo Center. So if you have a rooting interest in a large corporate financial institution, holy shit, this is a dog walker. Look at these dogs. Pause. God, I love running across a dog walker. So good. Look at how good those dogs are. Well behaved indeed. Those little pups were really, they know, they've been out before. So if you want to, as I was saying, if you'd like to pick your favorite corporate financial institution, you can pick Wells Fargo, Lincoln Financial, or Citizens Bank and attend one of those stadiums. The other a couple IRL streams ago, we were going through the 4 square parks, and we walked all through Chinatown, right? And I talked all about how the city was looking at granting the Sixers the right to build an arena downtown, like right downtown, and how it was going to be, how it was this big controversy, and people were all upset about it, and neighborhood coalitions were coming together, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this week, it was announced that the Sixers are in agreement with Comcast to build a new stadium down here in South Philly instead of in Center City. So that's good. We don't have to have a giant eyesore of a stadium ruining our public transit system and the traffic in Center City for the next 3 years / 20 years. So that's amazing. And they're going to have a whole new basketball stadium just for the Sixers somewhere in this complex of stadiums. So in another couple years, we'll have a 4th arena down here just for the basketball team. So that's kind of cool. That's a nice little update. People were really upset about that stadium potentially getting plopped right down in Center City, 2 blocks from City Hall. And it seems, to me, it seems like the Sixers were playing the city and city council to get more concessions out of Comcast. Anyway, the context for that, Zerudo, is well, I'll tell you. Let me say to Exeter first. Yes, the access to a downtown arena would be horrific, terrible. The access to these arenas in this stadium complex, 95 is literally right there. There's more parking than you could ever need here. So if you want to take yourself from the suburbs and come downtown, ain't nobody doing that on the train. Literally nobody's doing that on the train to come in for a Sixers game from out in the suburbs. That was a pipe dream. That was like the pipe dream of pipe dreams, to get saying that, like, if we build a stadium downtown, people are going to take the train in. What? Yeah, the train runs every hour. Are you kidding? You can drive here quicker than that. But there's plenty of access down in this area. You can get off 76, like, I mean, this right here, Addison Avenue, major thoroughfare, connects to multiple highways. 95 connects right down here. All the connectors from City Hall that they were hoping to use for the downtown station, guess what? They connect right here too. So, same thing. It's this is where the stadiums go. I'm really glad they're not building one downtown. But Zerudo, the net of the conversation was really that the Sixers didn't want to play in an arena that they didn't own. So Comcast owns the arena, and they share it with the Flyers, which is the hockey team. And I guess basketball and hockey are the same season, so they have all these issues with like scheduling, and they basically were like, we want our own house. We want our own house. We don't want to rent anymore. Fly with your private helicopter, right? Exactly. Now I would literally I just walked here from I just walked here from Washington Avenue, which is okay, so add 15 minutes to the walk that I just did, and you could get here from City Hall in that time to a stadium. It does not need to be downtown. This is basically downtown. Well, we have arrived, though, where we are. Can you imagine the noise pollution? I could. Tornello says, when they built the Cardinal Stadium near my father-in-law's neighborhood, the traffic went through the roof. Yeah, like infrastructure has to come into play in that situation. I have jokes about pipe dreams in Philly. Do they involve any of our sports teams? I won't get the humor, but I would get the intent. If you buy discount tickets to a Sixers game, does that mean you're a Fibers fan? Probably. We've arrived at FDR Park. So behind me here, we have arrived. This is FDR Park. It is the largest public park in South Philly, and we're gonna walk around the loop. There's a paved loop. We're gonna check out the fountains, not the fountains, the ponds, the skate park, the playgrounds, the sports fields, and take a big loop around the park. When they built the arenas in Seattle, they created the freeway ramp specifically for events. But yeah, it gridlocks. And they were like talking about Boston Garden, or whatever the garden. Hold on. I'm twisted up here. Oh, wrong direction. We're going to get a 360 view. And nope, that was right. Okay, we're good here. Okay, let's see. There's a walking trail on the inside of this. Let's take the walking trail. There's also bathrooms in this park, which is kind of nice. Boris, hello. Welcome in. Good day. So Broad Street is here. Stadiums, they're doing some construction in the park right now, so there's kind of a lot going on. They also are like really reconstructing a huge part of the park. It was a big controversy because they cut down a bunch of heritage trees, and during COVID, a lot of people had come down here to use this the part of this park called the Meadow, which is just a big open green space, and the city decided that they wanted to put sports fields on there and more like sculpted land, make the land useful as opposed to just green, because just open woods and green land is not useful. Anyway, we might walk down that way too. I don't know how much of that we can get into because of the construction, but we'll see. We'll see. Hey, if you are here and you're not a subscriber, perhaps you're lurking, listen up. There's going to be an ad. It's going to be 3 minutes long. It's coming up here. So if you get blasted with some ad sounds, don't be alarmed, don't be surprised. We'll be back in 3 minutes. It's a good time to get up and stretch your legs or get a drink or whatever. But just a heads up, we're gonna have an ad break in a moment. It's just gonna happen and then we'll be back. Still gonna be walking. So hope you stick around. Broad Street looks pretty narrow. Broad Street is basically like 2 lanes in each direction plus a right and a left-hand turn lane. So it is pretty narrow. There's parking on both sides and in the center. I don't see any green spaces. Womp womp. You're not wrong. No, everything's pretty brown right now. We're all in hibernation, as it were. We should go over to the playground and go down that big slide. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down that big slide. That slide is so fun. It is like winter. It is winter. It's the coldest day of the year. How are my ears not cold? I don't know. I don't know. What ears? I can't feel them anymore. With stuff like that, I have some additional, like I have gloves in my bag that have fingers on them. Right now, this is like all I'm wearing on my hands. So I have gloves, I have another scarf in there. So this is a brand new playground here. No one's here. Shocking. No one's here. Why wouldn't there be any people here? Well, it's a school day and it's below freezing. Why would there be people here? We should go down that slide. I think that's important. I think that's very important to do for our mental health. Mine, specifically. Yeah, there's no children around here. This is great. It sucks when there's kids here, because then it's like I can't run around as much as I want to. Oh man, you gotta like go through that thing, then go up. Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. Let's the child's cages. This whole playground is brand new. Last summer it opened. The Anna C. Verna Playground. It's really nice. There's lots of stuff to climb on. Kids need things to just like be able to use. It's kind of like the woods, just much more architected. All right, let's go down let's find a way in here. How do we get into this thing? Here we go. Good Lord, wait, we have to get in. I can't get in there. I have to go up here? I can get in there, but can I get up? Oh my gosh, yes, I can. This is, all right, hold on. Okay. We're gonna go through here. If people question your presence in the playground, just say it's okay, I'm a dad. Yes, I have. Definitely pulling the parent card is definitely big. How are we doing this? Oh, someone's hat. Sad. I'm also doing this with a backpack on. It's less easy and one-handed. Holy shit. Where do I go from here? Where's the other entrance? There it is. Hold on. I gotta take this camera off of the stick. I can't use the stick. Oh my God, I might get stuck. This is dinner. This is what we made tonight. Look at that. It's a Pac-Man pie. This is a chicken pot pie. It has chicken, obviously, chicken thighs specifically, carrots, onions, celery, and a roux with milk and chicken broth, flour, sherry, and the top is a homemade pie crust. And that is dinner. With them, cameramen, camera people. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, we did it. Stop pressing the button on the camera, Lou. Stop it. Okay, we're able to stand here. Where did my phone go? Did I drop it? It might be on the ground. Oh shit, there's a ladder right there. I could have climbed right up into this thing. I didn't even go through all of that. Okay. They removed all slides and monkey bars in Seattle. That sucks. Okay. So this is just, now we just have like a progression of up. And this is great because if you misstep here and you just put your foot through here, you're just gonna like fall. Fantastic. Okay, getting narrow. Getting narrow. Ugh. Just squat down. There we go. Okay, we did it. I'm at the top. At the top. So this is a nice playground. Look at all this. There's one of the lakes. All sorts of swings over here. Nice, like big round swing set structure. Shane, are you okay? I'm okay. I'm good. Or living your adolescence. Yeah, except I forgot that I have a backpack on. Forgot about that. Take a selfie. Okay. Get the camera in it. Oh, weird. That was weird because like y'all could see the phone too. Interesting. Okay, let's go down this slide and keep moving. I'm a little like winded and trying to get up this thing. Hope we don't get stuck. I also hope I don't get stuck, but like, I don't mean to say this in like a really condescending way, but like, I've seen people much larger than myself and this backpack in here, so I think I'm gonna be okay. Diana, good morning. Okay, let's go. Hold on, how do I get in? Oh, it's so dark in here. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna sit. Okay. Hold on. I'll take the camera off the pole so I can actually hold it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Whee! We did it. Well, as a the person who was up there when I got here just went right back up to go down himself. It is metal. It is in the summer, Ceruto. It is nice in the summer, except it's hot. Like, it's hot. It's like scalding hot. So a little bit of discomfort, but it's otherwise it is otherwise nice. The summer's nice here too because of all these big trees right around here. There's a lot of shade in this area. This park is really nice. It's a public park, so you can come in here. You can park for free. There's a little snow coming down today. There's a chance of a flurry today, but there's no any type of accumulation. At least that's what the weather folks promised us. How's it sound? Am I muffled? Is it clear? Are you hearing a lot of heavy breathing? Mine specifically. Not that anyone else was around. So this park down here, I believe, has 7 different bodies of water. Heard me fart in this slide. I'm going to tell you something. We have a rule in the house that is aggressively followed, my house specifically, that if you fart, you don't have to say it out loud, but if someone asks you, you gotta claim it. You gotta say yes, it was me. You can't deny it. You can't blame it on anyone else. That's the rule. this is frozen. And pretty sure you wouldn't want to walk on that still, but it is definitely frozen. How does Daisy participate in this? Oh, in the who farted? Well, here's the thing. Daisy is a prolific farter. So, one, you usually hear it. When it's her, she doesn't really do SBDs. You can, silent ones, you can hear it. It's like a, and the other thing is that because of that rule, because of the like, hey, be honest if it was you, like, because I'm not going to shame you for it either. I might tell you congratulations, like, holy crap, what have you done? But if everyone's in the same room and everyone who has the ability to say no denies it, then we know it was Daisy. And that is really how it goes. You don't have to claim it. If no one becomes aware of it, it's okay. You don't have to like say it out loud. But if someone's like, oh, who did that? You got to be like, oh, it was me. And then it's like, okay. So we were just up in this little cupola thing up here. And it's kind of walking. There's Edgewood Lake Boathouse here. Johnny on the spot, cleaning out those porta pots. Beautiful. Let's go this way. Security cameras in use. Cool. Yeah, a couple of minutes ago. Good joke. Yeah, this is wild because this dock, I'm on a dock. This is a floating dock. And this is barely registering movement in the water. It's so frozen. I'm not going in here, but yeah, you could 100% walk on that, right, at least right on the edge here. Again, I'm not going to because I like to exercise caution and restraint, but one could. Can I swim? Yes. Yes, I can. In this water, with what I'm wearing, no, I cannot. If I fell in there with all the clothes that I'm wearing and the backpack on, I would sink pretty much immediately. But I can swim. I'm not an enthusiastic swimmer. I don't really enjoy it. I'm more of a utilitarian swimmer where if I am somewhere and it's required, then I can swim. I'm more of a jump off the diving board over and over person and then get out. This is nice up here. Just a little open on the sides shelter. And it is, because there's no leaves on anything, you can see through here. You can see through kind of to the other parts of the park. Down under that highway is where the skate park is. We're going to be going there. The airport, we were down near John Hines, down in John Hines Wildlife Refuge a couple of weeks ago. That's going to be down that way, sort of. That plane is coming in to land at the Philadelphia International Airport, for sure. some kind soul has, Ava has left their phone number in case anyone wants to call. That's a local number too, by the way, 267. So, wait, is that a local number? I don't remember. So this is just a little boathouse. I guess you could build a fire in there. I don't know if you're allowed to build a fire. I didn't ask if you wanted to swim. The answer to do you want to swim for me will universally and forever be no. Would you like to not drown? Yes. Would you like to swim for enjoyment? No. Across here again. This is the other kind of major feature within the park here. Called out hello. Try calling it. All set. Wait, is it the right number? No, there's too many numbers. That would be too many numbers. You couldn't call that number. Wait, no, it's the right amount of number. I don't know. I'm not calling that number, just like whatever reasoning we have. Remember when you couldn't call that number before 7 p.m. or else it would cost you money? Or was that texting? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. None of that matters anymore. This is the American Swedish Historical Museum. So if you're a Swede in America, your history is probably enshrined somewhere in this building. I'm not Swedish and don't have any cultural heritage there, but if you were to be Swedish, this is somewhere you might want to go. Looks like they're doing some construction. This is just right here in the park. And there's parking around here. Parking around here as well. So there's the boathouse we were just in. I have to remember to take some pictures today so I can do a thumbnail for the internet things. Excuse me. I'm sniffling a lot today. I'm not really congested, but when you're out in this type of like cold, pools everywhere. I miss swimming for enjoyment. Pools are a rarity in Philly. Unless you got like a little blow-up pool on the sidewalk. It's Swedish, I see holes. Swiss. Swiss is Swedish. Right? Wait, am I going crazy? Swiss is Swedish. Switzerland. I feel like I've just gotten like seed of doubted. And I'm like, wait, is my concept of reality real? Carly Maggs, hello. Hello, hello. Carly, are you no longer a wizard? Lizard death. Are indoor public pools not a thing? Not particularly. There's rec clubs. There's a lot of tilt it too much more than that, or else it will slide off the plate. And there's rec center pools. All the rec center pools are outside. So there are a lot of rec center pools, but I guess from like a private perspective, like not a lot of people have their own pool. Hey, we're back. Yeah, nothing wrong with a blow-up pool. Swedish is Sweden. Good. I'm glad we got that settled. So I'm walking along here. I'm just kind of walking up to the fence here. This is a meadow area where they were doing, this is kind of like all of this is getting redone back here. So basically, this used to be a lot of trees and woods back here, and now it is a enormous flat space. And they're going to put fields, like soccer fields and sports stuff down here. So that's part of what is essentially the meadow area back here. So this turn here, where this road kind of turns. So we came around from the boathouse here, and now we just made a turn, and we're going that way. This road basically cuts the park in half. So for forever, all of this over here, kind of where that car is going, and then to the left, including this lake, the boathouse, tennis courts, baseball courts, the Swedish Museum, all of that has been built up and in use, like pretty heavy use for a while. This area over here has just been trees and kind of an open meadow situation. And basically, like the geography of the park, half of the park is over here, the other half is over here. So the city has kind of decided we're gonna bulldoze and build on the other part of the park, and people were very upset about it because they've been cut down a bunch of old trees, like really, really old trees that were there to essentially build soccer fields and baseball fields. So people were saddened and frustrated about that happening. All right, let me get back. I'm just gonna get over on this side here because it's a little more open. And I never really used the meadow area down here. Like, I never really walked down here. I've come down here for the playground a bunch of times with Calvin. I've come down here to ride my bike. It's really nice to ride on the loop. Around here, you could ride on the road and just do this big loop around. Oh, hello. This slide selfie for a thumbnail. Yes. Gwen's doing Duolingo for French now. So Rudy, you've been learning German? Ach. It's always a crossword clue. German exclamation, 3 letters. ACH. What happened to the fingers of your gloves? I don't have any. I like these fingerless gloves. I'm warm enough. My circulation is okay, such that my fingers are still okay. They're getting enough warm blood from my core out there to keep them just warm enough to use. Yeah, see, Falgeist, I'm not sure how to read that out loud because it's in German. Ich sprech kein Deutsch. So this is all fenced off over here now. I walked back across to see if I could get into this meadow area. Because yeah, this back here, where I'm pointing the camera, there's like a whole other park worth of woods and little trails back there. So this particular park is good, at least it has been historically, for both like major recreation, like a baseball league or soccer league, and then just like being out in a green space, which acknowledged is brown at the moment. We've got some like trails back here. Yeah, so there's another one of the ponds is back here, and then just beyond that one, beyond that little pond, is another. There's another one over here. So this park was built essentially on a swamp, just like John Hines, and has these like little ponds all throughout it, which is kind of cool. I believe you can fish here too. Kids learning another language is funny, Trundrella, because when you're that age, you're still mastering your primary language. So it's always kind of funny. Some folks, some guy doing raking down there, doing a little just like cleanup, trail cleanup. It smells like incense down here. It's let's keep on this trail here a little bit. See where this goes. I mean, I'm oriented to the end. The edge of the park is the highway, so it would be difficult to really get lost here. There's nowhere in this park where you can't hear the highway. Oop. All these little, what do y'all call these? What do you call these things? Like, what do you personally call these? Seed pods? What do we, what do you name these things? Do y'all have these where you are? These types of seed pods? Pokeballs? They're everywhere here. Everywhere. We called those monkey balls when I was younger. And I don't really know why. There's a fire back here. That is a campfire. That is, I don't know if that's I think that might be someone's permanent, non-permanent shelter back there. We're going to leave them be. They stick very nicely to my dog. Yup. Yeah, they got that little tenacious little grip on them. All that little curly fur. Call them burrs. What word is that? Enschuldigung. Nope. That was my one and only attempt. All right, so here's some tennis courts here, and I think the actual entrance to quote unquote the meadows part of the park is back here. Just past the tennis courts. It means sorry, so it's funny, it sounds aggressive. It does sound, like all of German kind of sounds a little aggressive. It has a lot of those kinds of tones. Gwen was saying the other day that French just sounds like grunting. It's like, I think French people would be very, very, very angry at you for saying such blasphemy. Angry Rook, good day. Good day. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Happy Friday, Junior. Happy Thursday. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, welcome in. Friends who are here hanging out and lurking. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out, and whether or not you're chatting is all good. I appreciate you. Yeah, so that was where we just were. That little portion back behind the tennis court there is the entrance to the Meadows. I guess you can't go in there right now, which is fine. I wasn't really going to walk through there anyway. Not all the way through it. It's fine. I wasn't going to do it anyway. Robbie, welcome in. Good day. Happy Friday, Junior. Happy Friday. No parking on driving on the grass. $101 fine. What? That's a very specific amount. Odd. Another little pond here. This might be a continuation of one we saw earlier. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. So we're coming up on the FDR Skatepark, which is pretty famous. It's been in lots of skate videos. We'll walk through here because nobody's here. I'd walk through there if there were people here, but no one. Does not look like anybody's skating. LOL. Oh well. LOL. We are under Route 95 right now, the main access point to Philadelphia from Sad Inside. Fake smile. Oh. So we're under 95, the main entry point to the city from the south. And you see highway above us. We're not in the skate area yet. That's farther up here. As the graffiti gets more prevalent, or the graffiti gets more prevalent as we get to the skate area. Philly has a couple iconic skate spots, and this is certainly one of them. It was built by just like people in the community. I don't know, like names or what have you, but it was definitely not. The city did not build this. Somebody over here with their dog playing fetch. It would be a creepy place at night. It is, there goes a dog. Meow. Yeah, it'd be a very creepy place at night. But if you were here with like some people, like skating at night, it would probably be pretty fun. Juggling was a mistake. That's a good one. Good graffiti. Hey, go birds. There it is. Obviously there's Eagles stuff here. Is pretty low back where I was, so it makes sense that they put the skate park over here. Oh, there are people skating. Maybe they'll let us watch. back in case something flies off here. Slide thing that he did right over here in the end looked cool. That looked like, I bet that was a lot harder than it looked like. We'll take a look at the rest of the park in a second. These guys are all... This is cool. I don't know how tall this is. Like 5-6 feet. Like a meter, 2 meters. Yeah, I mean that guy's, this is probably 6 foot, 2 meter. Bit of graffiti in the middle of the half pipe over there, fries in the bag. Over the transom. There he goes. Yeah, that move. That's cool. How you doing? Maybe they'll let me try. Yeah, right. I'd probably break my ankle if I tried going down this thing. Ooh. Ooh, oh, almost made it. All right, let's walk along here. We're gonna see the other bit of this park. So this is all like built up with people, like the community manages this. Like the skaters who skate here keep this place up, and they'll redo sections or change things about it. But yeah, there's nobody. Is there anybody in here right now? No. Okay. Let's walk in here. I think I can just walk in here. This thing's whoop, dropping in. This is super cool back here. And just like imagine you're a kid, teenager, and you have access to all this. You just get on the bus and you come down here, and here you are. All these little sections, everything in here is just like, I'm trying to see what's in this big bowl looking thing up here. Oh, this is actually like a bowl. Look at that. God damn. Yeah, that needs to be swept out. Hasn't been used in a while, but this is pretty great back here. My spouse broke both his wrists at the same time. Yeah. I used to skate as a kid, and I never broke anything. But had lots of close calls. place is pretty phenomenal, I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved to come here when I was a teenager and I was still skating. Now would be a good time to come here with like a younger kid who's just learning a bunch of stuff and like not letting them get in the way. But this is super cool back here. I've never seen some of this back here because I've never skated here, so I didn't get to look all back here. Holy shit! Look at this thing. You climb up to the top of that and drop in, and you go all the way up the concrete highway column. Good Lord. It's so dangerous. Yeah, it is, but you know, look at that. That's fun. That's fun. Man, all the little like nooks and crannies in here that you have access to. You know, like those guys are skating on the half pipe during the nice weather. There's probably people skating in all sorts of little areas of this. I feel like there's been competitions here before, like certainly there's been national skate competitions here. Looks fun. A lot of surface area for graffiti too. It is quite the park, Shayna. This is it goes back a lot farther in this direction than I'd expected it to, honestly. I don't think I'd realized that it was that large back there. It's just like a little mini, I guess this is where this is where the younger kids go. This is where the younger kids go to learn their ropes or whatever. Cool. That was pretty fun. It was pretty fun to walk through that. Those guys didn't seem to mind us taking a look at their tricks. I feel like such an old head saying that. It's like I definitely remember a time where I would skateboard myself. And I would laugh at someone who was like, let me see you do some tricks. Some adult-looking person asking me to do tricks. We're down here. We're coming back all along the back edge of the park right now. So if we look back at where we just were, that's the skate park back there. So the meadow area is going to be kind of take the highway and all that to the right of the meadow, just past, or all that to the right of the highway, just past this field is the bigger meadow area. You know, the skate park. And then the road just curves around again up there, but we're now at the back end of the park where there is starting to get into like some fields and sports stuff. So you can still see that way. If you look through the trees, that building, there's a red roof with the arched building. That's the boathouse that we were at just after walking into the park. So we walked around the perimeter that way. We walked around that way. Yeah, not a lot of people out today. Not a surprise, it's below freezing. Why would you be out walking around? Certainly nobody's out playing on the fields. Just a person and their dog. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna walk around the front of the other side of this building. I've actually never seen this building from the other side. So let's do it. Can I walk around the other side of this building? No, I can't. Okay, never mind. There's a reason I haven't seen this building from the other side. Great. Great. I don't think this is a public building. This has got big water/electrical service vibes going on here. I see that the bot is posting the promo messages like it's supposed to today. I've been complaining about it for 2 weeks, and I finally figured out what the problem was. So we fixed it. It works again. It works. It's alive. That's a good thing. Little rocks, painted rocks. So again, there's the Eagles Stadium right here, across the street. These are welcome to the lake. FDR Park Community Gardens. It says clubhouse, but that's crossed out. These are obviously just, some of these have some little stuff growing in here. This is all kind of holding over for the winter now. District 2 Maintenance Center. There we go. Yep. Like I said, big non-public building. So we're now walking along the Broad Street side of the park again. So this right here, where that car is right there, is parallel to Broad Street. And we're coming back through the park itself. We're almost back to where we started. Other than the sound of traffic, it's really quiet out today. You can see the skyline downtown from right here. So we're relatively close to downtown. I mean, the greater Center City area of Broad Street is still super accessible. So even though we're very, very far south, almost as far south in the city as you can go, we're still right there, right next to Center City. Any time of year, you can rent picnic spaces here for parties or picnics or whatever you want. Bring your blow-up pool. I wore the exact right amount of clothes today. Like, I'm sweating, but not bad. And I wore the right base layer, so it's just like wicking it away. And I wore a wool layer above that, so even if that got wet, it doesn't really matter. Some days you just get it right. Yesterday I did not get it right. Yesterday I was cold. Very, very cold. I was also really tired yesterday. Do you get tired? Do you get colder when you're tired? I noticed that if I'm having a day where I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before, I feel like my circulation's not as good and I stay colder all day. Maybe that's just me being like really neurotic about it, but I feel there's some association. Some association. So we'll go down to the tennis courts, chuck it up like, yeah. I'm like that with heat. It makes me tired. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. There's a drawing. Next time we're in the kitchen, there's a drawing on the refrigerator that is very much related to that statement. Remind me when we're home again, a different time to show you. But there's a drawing on our refrigerator that it's just like a picture of a face with the eyes closed, like drooling. And Calvin drew it, and it says POV when mom and dad read out loud to him at night. And like this actually happened last night. I was reading to Calvin and I kept like falling asleep because I was tired and it was extremely warm in his room. And he was like, Dad, you're falling asleep. And I was like, I know. I was like, I gotta like cool down here a bit. So like I opened the door to his room and I opened the window a little crack and some like cold air came in across my face and I was refreshed. But like the heat from the heating vent was blowing onto my face and I was already tired and I was fighting so hard and I was absolutely failing, like just spectacularly failing. It was pretty great. I often get tired, Exeter says, but that's due to old age. You don't appear to have that problem. I am 40, so that's old enough. It's old enough to say I'm older than about half the people I see. I know that we already walked through this little section of park already, but I need to hit the one of the porta pots here before we leave the park. And I don't know where I'll see another one, and there's one over here. So we're gonna do that, and it's running up to 2 hours being live, so we're gonna have an ad break here in just a moment anyway. So I'm gonna take that time, and then we'll be leaving the park after that. The storm is blowing in. It's supposed to be yucky. We're getting all of that like polar air from Canada right now. That's why it's supposed to be absolutely brutal. It's been okay here. We're right at the edge of it. God damn, look at all these things to make it like I'm like having trouble walking on these things. They're literally all over the place. Cool. Okay. Totally okay to backtrack. We got to today. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use this porta pot right here. There's somebody over here with binoculars and like a scope, like a sight on the scope, looking for birds. He's got a camera. What's he looking at? There's some birds. I see some birds over there. I'm curious. I'm not going to go ask him, but I am curious. Okay, let's do this here. Buckle. Can't get the buckle on my bag to work right. There it goes. Okay. All right, we did it. Good. All right, where's my phone? I probably have this huge pocket on my front, and it's like there's sunglasses in here. There's another pair of gloves in here. There's hand warmers in here. It's like a kangaroo pouch. Where's my fucking phone? There it is. We got it. I wonder what this guy's doing. Bird watching is a great hobby. I was in my 40s in the past century. Yeah, it's you don't notice it. It sneaks up on you, that's for sure. Okay, just a little heads up for those of y'all who are on Lurk, audio only. Perhaps you're not a subscriber. There's going to be an ad break in 2 minutes, maybe a minute. I like how in chat it says we're going to take a quick break to do dishes and play words on stream. No, we're not. We're going to take a quick break to watch some clips, and let me use this porta pot here, and then we'll be right back. So I'm going to do that here. So I'm gonna put the clips on, and then we'll be back here in just a moment. All right. We're behind my computer. We've done that before. Apple fritters are
yeah, you can tell.
A yeasted dough with apples that have been sugared, essentially, like apples with cinnamon and sugar that have been macerated and made into sort of like a thick paste. They're chopped up, so they're cutting the apples into these fritters right now. They're going to proof for maybe an hour, an hour, I don't know. Then they're going to deep fry them in that thing back there. And there they are. This person's putting a tray of apple fritters on the top. So here comes some frosted blueberry donuts. So they're going to fry those. And then they glaze them. So they fry them, they let them rest again, and then they glaze them in this glaze vat right here. So that is what apple fritters are. Good. Let me show you what we made tonight. This is dinner. This is, oh, hold on. Move that out of the way. This is a basic corn chowder. This basic corn chowder has corn, obviously. It uses the cobs of corn for the broth. It also has the corn from the cobs in there. It has an onion, has a red potato, it has tomatoes and milk and a little bit of parsley. And that is about it. This was a super straightforward.
Not all the way going, but like, and it's a little circle.
Okay. We'll address that. I don't need help finding wood. What's up, Instagram? Happy Tuesday. We're live right now at Reading Terminal Market here in Philadelphia. We'll be poking around inside for about a few hours and grabbing lunch. Come through. Link's right here. See you in chat. All right, cool. Done. Happy another week of summer. Jamie, welcome in. 80 times. That's 80 check-ins. It's a lot. And 8 months. 80 check-ins, 8-month streak. It's coincidence. Maybe it's not coincidence. I don't know. Regardless, I should write that down. Because this is Filbert. Filbert is a donation pig. And all the money that you put into Filbert goes to the Food Trust, which, among other things, promotes healthy food access to school-aged children. And meals during the summer, too, which is really nice. These folks, I wonder how busy these folks are today. Alrighty, we should be back. Ad should be just about finishing. Well, here we are. Alrighty. We'll wait for those ads to finish and then we'll get started. We'll get moving again. Oh, speaking of moving, our bird watcher's moving. What do you call someone who's watching a bird watcher? I don't know if there's a term for someone who's watching a bird watcher. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we're back. If you were seeing ads, thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. We are our bird watcher. An ornithologist. An ornitholoist. I like that one the best. That one's really niche, though. What do you call a bird watcher? An ornithologist. No, whatever. We're going to stop talking about it now. I am anyway. Y'all can continue to speculate. What do you call a bird that watches the bird watchers? An exhibitionist. All right. We're finished. We just walked all around FDR Park. We walked through the boathouse, we walked through the skate park, we walked through some of the sports areas, we took the loop around and saw all the sights that were to see. I hope you all had fun. Now we're going to go back along South Broad Street and walk north. So we just walked all the way south on South Broad. We're going to walk north again. I'm going to take a stroll along Passyunk Avenue. So that's the next part of our adventure today. And I'm backtracking again. Hold on. Okay. I saw a hand warmer on the ground. I thought it might be one of the ones I had in my pocket. It's not. These folks are building a new, what looks to be a new entryway to the park, because that right there is the intersection of Broad. So we're doing something there. I'd call them a bird watcher. This is, we've now reached the inception level part of stream, where we try to diagram that sentence to make sense. Go. Right. We're out of FDR. Well, now we are. And I'm going to cross the street up here. There's a crosswalk up here. So I'm going to walk back on the same, we're going to walk back north on Broad Street on the other side of Broad from where we came, because that will mean we get to see different stuff. Welcome to your new FDR Park. Yeah. See, y'all have the advantage of being on a pole and can get higher up and see what's going on back here. I do not have such an advantage. 348 acres, one park for all. If you want to know what's happening at FDR Park, there's going to be a QR code on your screen. You can scan it. I'll leave it up there for 3, 2, 1. If anyone wants to scan to find out more about FDR, there's your code. 3, 2, 1, and it's gone. Yeah, the playground just opened up last season, and I guess they're doing more in advance of this year. Super fun. They would be called a bird watcher. Oh God. This reminds me of doing math in school, where you have to do the parentheticals, and it's like, what is it? Foil, first, outer, inner, last, something like that. It's been a while. It's been a while since that was something I needed to think about. Bird is the Word is by the Trashmen is the unofficial anthem, national anthem of Minneapolis. Is that the bird is a word? That one? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Or is that the correct one? I should have crossed right there because I need to go that way anyway. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This person behind me is going to creep up and probably go on my green, so I'm going to watch out. Here they go. No turn on red. Boo! Boo! They turned on red. Boo! Okay, here we go. A bird watcher is just a bird that watches other birds. Inception level thinking. Not Inception, but I just watched Interstellar again recently. Gwen mentioned it, and then she was like, I was like, oh, put it on. And then she put it on. And she fell asleep immediately, but I watched it. It was still a good movie. That's the song? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. That kind of makes it funnier somehow. Are they from Minneapolis? So this is South Broad, down by the stadiums here where we are. Or where we are currently, down by the stadiums. I'm in the middle of Broad Street. So FDR Park is over here. And then the stadiums are across the street. We are not going to cross here until we have the right of way, because this is it's a large intersection. Almost there. Go Birds! And let's walk just a little bit down Patterson Avenue here. Just past the station here. So during anything down here at the stadiums, these stations are pretty big. There's like 3 of them, and they serve all the stadiums. So, like I said, there's Wells Fargo for all your indoor stuff, Flyers, Sixers, concerts, all the big indoor concerts. A lot of the big indoor concerts in Philly are at the Wells Fargo Center. That's probably the largest indoor venue in the city, I'm guessing. That's not like the conference center. But Lincoln Financial is where the like large outdoor acts go. So I'm pretty sure like the Eras tour was at Lincoln Financial. That's where the Eagles play. And then all in the same complex here is Citizens Bank Park, where the Phillies play. So this is this whole area. This is the stadium district down here, and there's just like a ton of parking. So it's really quite nice because anything sports related in Philadelphia, live sports related rather, is in the same part of the city. So we're going to cross here and continue moving northbound. Although I do have to say, these parking lots, while really nice, at the end of an event, it's like the labyrinth trying to figure out how to get the hell out of here. There we go. An ode to our footballing forefathers or whatever. All right, let's get back up to Broad Street. In St. Paul, our unofficial national anthem is the Peanuts theme. I'm here. I'm trying to bring the Peanuts theme to mind. It's going to come to me at some point. All I can think of is the theme song from Doug. Do 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 do. That one. That's not correct. And I'm thinking of the Peanuts Christmas special. They're like da 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 na na da na 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 da na 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 na. That song? You know that one. I just sang it perfectly for you. How could you not recognize it? So, when you leave the game, you walk from the stadium out to the train station, you get on the train, and it takes you north from here. Why you would go any farther south, I don't know. But you can get down here from anywhere in the city. The Market Frankfurt line will give you a transition, or transfer rather, at City Hall, and you can just hop on the Broad Street line south. So it's super easy to get down here. I'm excited that they did. I'm excited that the Sixers agreed to stay down this area and build their stadium down here because, because there's all these other stadiums here and like transportation, and it makes sense instead of ripping up several blocks directly next to City Hall. We're walking northbound again on Broad Street. We're not on Broad Street exactly. Broad Street is right here. To the left, there's no sidewalk over there. There's no sidewalk here either, but at least there's this lovely little dirt patch that the city has provided us to walk on. Thanks. So we're getting towards a sidewalk up here, though. There is one up here. Actually, there might be a sidewalk over there. I'm just in the inside or the outside lane, I guess. So we're gonna walk back along South. We're going northbound along South Broad Street. And we're going to walk up to Passyunk Avenue. Now, we've been on Passyunk for a little bit of time in previous streams. That's where the two big touristy cheesesteak spots are there on Passyunk. So we'll pass those today too. So we're not going to get a cheesesteak there because they're not good. At least because I don't want to waste my lunch on a cheesesteak from Pat's or Gino's. That's why. DJ Harley, welcome in. Good day. Nice to see you. We're out along South Broad Street. We walked from Broad and Washington, from where we started the Mummers Stream, all the way south to FDR Park. We walked through FDR Park, which is essentially like, there's a huge park right back there. So we walked through there, and we walked just past some of the, not past the stadiums, but around where the stadiums are. So we're way in deep South Philly here. And now we're walking northbound on Broad Street to get to Passyunk Avenue. So that's what we've done already today. We've been live for about 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. Walking for about 2 hours and 10 minutes or so of that time. Fiona, welcome in. Good day. Good day. So this is still, we're past the stadiums here, but we're still in the stadium district. So we have some residential down here, just some your South Philly row homes. I'll walk down this inside section here. These are funny. These homes are very different from as we get closer into Center City. These have a yard, and these also have parking out back. So these houses have a driveway in the front, and actually, like, not a bad little size yard here. It's not really big enough for much, you know, but like, you could have a little barbecue out here. Someone had some fireworks out here. These folks don't want any grass. That's fine too. But this is pretty residential. South Philly in general is very residential. And we'll see that as we move a little farther north along Broad Street. Right now we're in sort of a little bit more of like an open space. I mean, this is kind of the southern part of the city, so it's right where the highway, or Route 95, which is the main road coming from the south. The main highway from the south to get to Philadelphia would be Route 95. And that funnels down to Broad Street. I'm just taking a little detour here. I'm going to walk down Juniper Street, this little side street. It's funny because Juniper Street persists. Not funny, but it's notable that because the city's on a grid, a lot of these streets, despite not necessarily going linearly the entire way, they'll pick up, you know, at various parts of the city. So Juniper Street, we just left Broad Street, which is 14th. 13th is that next intersection down there, but Juniper is in between Broad and 13th down here, and if you go in between Broad and 13th down by City Hall, there's Juniper Street, even though it obviously doesn't continue any farther in this direction right here. This is pretty cool. Wouldn't those be townhomes? Yeah. Yeah, you could see townhomes, row homes. This is pretty, these are a bit different. These have a yard in front of them and an alley and a driveway in their rear. So these homes, the style of these houses looks a lot more like the houses you would find in Northeast Philadelphia. So where there's also row homes up there, but they have more space around them. As we get into the center city area, there's you know, no front yards, there's no alleys, there's just building. You don't get those. You don't get those things. But we just hopped off Broad just for a half a block to take a little spin down through one of these little residential streets down by the stadium. But yeah, I mean, these have a yard, a front, and then driveway, and some of them have garages. Looks like pretty much all of them have a rear entrance at least. But those look more like homes that you would find in Northeast Philadelphia. So still in the city, but kind of right outside of the center city grid. That's what the homes look like. These little purple cabbages here are just like the most colorful thing we've seen all day. And I'm not going to cross here because saw these cars. I'm going to cross here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Sometimes the signs are pretty aggressive about telling you what to do. But we're walking north on Broad. We're about to cross 76, which is the other guy. The guy in the truck just honked at me, gave me a wave. Saw the camera, gave me a wave. His window was closed, but you know he was thinking "Go Birds." You know he was thinking it. Everybody is. They're in the playoffs, so the city is like kind of on edge, which is pretty. It's pretty nice. The few days before the football game is kind of weird. There's like there's a lot of anxious energy in the city. It's like that every week, though. That's not just because of the playoff games. It's literally like that every single week. And depending on how things go, the city could have some great energy, or it could not. Or people are just going to be sad and depressed for the next bunch of months. Some of them are going to do that anyway. Normal. Bob Euchre, R.I.P. That's a name I know. I don't know why I know that name, but I know if you were like, Bob Euchre, I would be like, I think that's a sports person. That name sounds familiar. I think he's like, it sounds like, that name sounds like someone who's like a broadcaster. Oh, this is Bob Euchre. Woo Birds, go Birds. We didn't get a go Birds today. Not yet. Not yet. There's still plenty of time. And a high possibility. Because we were down in the park. There's not really any people down there. We're going to go along Passyunk Avenue and there will be people there. Just gotta wait. Gotta wait to cross. 76 West, Valley Forge, bet. Mr. Baseball. Is he a commentator there, right? Am I wrong in saying that he's like an announcer or like talking? He was a talking head. Was he also a player? I have no idea, honestly. But yeah, R.I.P. Bob Euchre, I suppose. Not, I suppose. All right. Hey, Bob, an expensive breakfast of scrambled eggs. Oof. You got to be careful when you crack them. Don't lose any. Literally pouring money down the drain. South Philly. Row homes. This is deep South Philly right here. So walking back behind the houses over here, this is all basically right here. This line, Bigler Street, is like where the houses from deep South Philly kind of start. We had some residential just back there, but pretty much the South Philly residential area kind of starts right at this street. Exeter says Bob Uecker played about 5 or 6 years, more famous for his announcing. Okay. Catcher and then a sportscaster, famous for the Miller Lite commercials. Okay, honestly, that's probably where I know him best from. If you like played me his voice or something, or I probably remember the commercials. The name, again, it's one of those things where like I've listened to enough baseball and sort of like lived in the Philly sports media environment for long enough that the name is very familiar. So this is just a continuation. We were in the park on that side of the street earlier. Park just kind of continues over here. Again, this is your typical large Philly public park. You've got a baseball field. You've got a playground, some walking trails, and a couple memorials. Pretty standard. I think that's pretty standard for like most public parks in any city. At least it feels like it to me. But we're doing good here. Marconi Plaza. The father of modern communications, inventor, wireless telegraphy, wireless telegraphy, what is that? Guglielmo Marconi. Turning through South Broad now. This is Oregon Avenue that we're coming up to. Oregon Avenue is sort of as far south as you go in Center City if you're not going to the stadiums. There's not much south of Oregon Ave past except the stadiums and the park, obviously. Got the walk sign. Caution, bus is turning. Guess you're really not meant to use the sidewalk here, huh? Kind it's very quiet in the city today. It got cloudy. It was really sunny. It was still a little sunny when we started, but you can see now if we take a look at like the skyline down here, you can see the buildings are getting clouded over, and we have a little snow, a little flurry coming through too. It's supposed to have some flurries today. Nothing accumulating, but it's supposed to get a little bit of snow. Just something to look at. Nothing to actually worry about. Liz, welcome. Hello. Good morning. Good morning to you. How's it going? We are on South Broad Street. We walked from Broad in Washington all the way down to FDR Park and through the park, and now we're walking northbound on Broad Street again. So we came from down that way, where all those cars are. We just came from there. Earlier we came from here, but we're going back this way. Afternoon. Nope. I don't know if you all managed to catch what that person just said. But I said afternoon, and he muttered under his breath, "Fucking guy." What did I do? Go not Birds then. Go whatever football team they're playing. Sheesh. Rude. Oh, cavities, Liz. No. Have you had them? It's a weird question. Have you had them before? I get cavities basically every time I go to the dentist. They're like, "You have cavities." I just get them. I'm very prone to getting them. I think I've had all of my teeth filled at this point. They're like, "You have cavities." I'm like, "Great, I get to sit here and relax for 30 minutes while you do something about it." Rude old dude. He was giving me the stink eye when I said hi to him. So I was like, all right, I'll say hi, whatever, we'll see. He was looking directly at me, making eye contact. So I said hi, and fucking guy. All right, cool. Only once in my life, over a decade. Well, hopefully it's not too traumatic an experience getting them filled. I'm very used to it, but that doesn't mean that it's not painful, depending on your sensitivities. And we're down here in South Broad, so this is all basically. I did not. Don't record me, he says. All right. Ha ha ha. Fun fact, it's not a recording, it's a live stream. Technically, I'm not wrong. Anyway, South Broad is a lot of first floor business, dental, physical therapy. There's a lot of doctors, pharmacy, foot and ankle, chiropractic, lots of like private practice doctor's offices along here, your specialists, all of that. There's a ton of those along South Broad. So whenever you end up getting, if you ever often, at least it's happened to me a couple times, where I needed to see a specialist doctor, and they have an office just along South Broad Street. People are not very friendly today. Liz, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, the city is anxious. There's a Philadelphia Eagles playoff game coming up, and people are worried about it. And I feel like it's making people more curt than there usually are. Exeter's rather expensive, extensive dental work. Those two words go so nicely next to each other. Why not just do them both, right? Sophia says you could cavities every time I went, right? Switch to high fluoride toothpaste and mouthwash and things have improved. I know I'm supposed to do that, but I kind of just, I don't ever have a consistent toothpaste. Right now I'm using one of those small tubes, like a travel tube of whatever it is. I don't even know. Yeah, also an inauguration next week. This is true. This is true. And if I'm being kind of aware, situationally aware, South Philly, you may have noticed a lot of political signs in some of those houses that I was passing by. And I think South Philly, some areas and pockets of South Philly and people specifically do not align with the general Democratic voter base of the city. But really, I think it's the Eagles. Oh, this person's turning. I can't go. Okay. Insomnics, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are on the move on foot in the city of Philadelphia. We're walking on Broad Street going northbound from the stadiums in South Philadelphia. Another mural, big Philly mural of Dick Allen, apparently an Eagles or a Phillies player. Yeah, I think the city is tense. To me, it feels tense. Like all of the people that I'm seeing, I don't know, I'm just reading tension on a lot of people. And yeah, I think one day has a lot to do with, maybe has something to do with it, but honestly, I think it's more about the Eagles and the football team than anything else. People love their Eagles. Love their Eagles. They sure do. I'm going to root for them. I'm not going to watch the game, but I will be happy if they win. I'm sure it's on Sunday. But I don't know. This is, again, we're walking past South Philadelphia High School. The public school in South Philly. If you're a student of high school age and you go to your public school and you live anywhere in South Philly, this is where you are. I had to go there to get a COVID vaccine and also to get Calvin's laptop fixed one year. It's very institutional inside. It looks institutional. Like I said, South Broad is a lot of this type of stuff. Sushi, laundromat, hair waxing, orthodontics, insurance, cricket store, Metro PCS store, pho, nails. Just all sorts of like your everyday businesses on the first floor. So I mentioned there's a couple different through streets that go east to west that cross Broad. Oregon is one of Pattison, right next to the stadiums, is one, and then Oregon, and then Snyder, and then the next one up, the next cross through street is going to be Washington. And I say through street because it goes all the way from river to river. So if you take a right here, you're going to get to Columbus Avenue and the Delaware River. If you were to take a left here, you're going to get to 76 and the Schuylkill River. Can I cross? Nope. Yes. Okay. So it goes through. This is uninterrupted. It's a throughway, and you can tell don't know if every city has these, but on the street signs, that blue, that arterial, means that it goes through the city from west to east without interruption. So Broad Street is an arterial street as well. Eagles play on Sunday, Exeter. Excellent. NBC. Oh, like this, like the channel. I was like, what does NBC mean? I'm trying to like game it out. I'm like, is that a football acronym? No, it's just a broadcast network. Cool. Well, go Birds. So we are almost to Passyunk. It's coming up here.
42 times 150.
Folks are out monitoring the parking meters. Those are the two folks that just walked by. Meter folk. All right, so let's cross here, and then we'll give a little introduction on what we're doing next, because we're here. We've arrived. We've arrived. All right. So we've arrived. This is Passyunk Avenue. It's a diagonal street that goes through the city. So it goes out to West Philadelphia, and then it goes on the eastern side of Broad down to 5th and Bainbridge. It is a shopping area. There's lots of restaurants. It's also a neighborhood, and so there's usually a lot of people around here. It's great for shopping. It's a good place to go out to eat. So we're gonna walk down Passyunk and check out some of the shops and some of the restaurants, take a look around. Maybe we'll go into a few and see if that's okay. And just generally going to take a look down Passyunk. Maybe we'll grab something to eat here. I think I might grab something to eat after we get to the end of Passyunk, but we'll see. So it's weird. It's like this little narrow entrance off of Broad. That car just turned right there. Those cars waiting at the light. That's also Passyunk. And that goes out over to southwest Philadelphia, which is where there's all sorts of basically if you get your car towed, it's going to southwest Philly. There's junkyards down there. There's tire repair shops. There's a lot of sort of that type of thing. And then it comes down here, and it's weird. It looks like this little narrow street to get into. To turn off of Broad onto this single lane inlet onto the avenue is kind of funny. It's really easy to miss, I'll say that. Getting on that turn, getting into that turn from Broad you have to be watching for it. But we're right at the southern end of Passyunk Avenue. So this neighborhood that we're walking into would be called the East Passyunk Avenue. Pistolas del Sur. Jose Pistolas is a chain, not a chain, it's a local. They have a couple locations, but the Del Sur, south. But this is Passyunk Avenue. So if we take a little walk out this way into traffic here and see it kind of opens, it definitely opens up quite a bit from the tiny little narrow entrance. Labor 2. Italian spot, Society Hill Dance Academy. That'd be fun. Take an IRL stream and do a dance class. typewriter place is open. We're definitely going to go in there. That's kind of a little really oddity. I love the front of this store, Mancuso's. L. Mancuso and Son, manufacturer of Italian cheese products since 1939. Place is venerable, I think is the word. We got the light. Little chessboards here. So this street, we started out on Broad, and this goes diagonally through the city. So this street right here is 13th Street, where those three cars, 1, 2, 3 are going. That's 13th. And we're just taking a slight turn off of there and going down the avenue. Non-alcoholic bar and natural market. Nutmeg. I've never heard of this. Tell your dog I said hi. We will. Real familiar with this place, Tildy's Toy Box. We go in here to buy presents for birthday presents. That's been the birthday present spot for a long time. I feel like we're just past that now with Calvin's age. His friends are going to be starting to turn 10 this year, and the little toy section in there is losing interest quickly to the electronics section at any other store. Some little shops down here. This place, this whole avenue is nice for like Christmas shopping. So every year when I do our stocking shop, I go down Passyunk Avenue and pop into a few stores. There's a few specific stores along here that I like. I wonder if we can go into the reptile museum for free. There's a shop down here that is like a plant store slash like reptile museum. It's kind of interesting. See if they'll let us. Let me see if they'll let us go in there. It's kind of a fun little space. There's a dog. See a dog. I like this place. This place is like bulk stuff. Sustainable bulk refill store. Look at this place. This place is wild. Ashik, welcome in. This place is pretty wild. We were talking about weird places. Let me just go. Let me see if we can just pop in here a second. This is just typewriters. Not just typewriters, but this is cool. Philly typewriter. Look at all these. Fascinating. Yeah, look at this. Noiseless typewriter. It is a cool place, so far. Be quiet in here. I feel like I have to be quiet. So it's so quiet in here. This is fascinating. Just like a weird niche little place in the middle of everything. Oh God. Neat. I know they do restorations here, and you can buy a typewriter here. Restorations and repairs. Wild. Brian Kravitz loves to fix your typewriter. Neat. Oh, it's definitely snowing outside now. That's fun. Oh, there is someone in there. No one came out, but there was definitely someone. There's somebody in the back there typing, literally typing. I had an old Selectric 2 and a silver reed typewriter. I don't know the models, but I remember we had one when I was we had one at the house when I was a kid. It was always kind of fun. It was electric. You had to like plug it in. I don't know if it was I know it was a typewriter, but it didn't have those long arms to it. The satisfying arms that come up and clack, clack, clack. We're just making our way. We're making our way slowly down Passyunk Avenue. I'm walking quite a bit slower than I usually am because I'm trying to look around, trying to see all the stuff that's down here. Philly Canine Social Club. That's definitely a doggy daycare if I've ever seen one. So now we're at 12th Street. We've walked 1 block east, but several blocks north. We are on a diagonal. All right, well, I don't have the signal, but no one's coming. This place is always really popular with your taco-loving crowd. Your taco and marg-loving friends would enjoy that spot. Couclette. This place makes really excellent little pastries. They've had them at the farmer's market every once in a while. And they're really fun. They're swirl pastries. Tennessee, I love this. Dolly Parton Tennessee plates. That's great. Oh, there was someone in that car. He just looked at me. Oh well. Record shop. Laurel. Is it Laurel or Yanni? We don't know. spas. There's all sorts of stuff. You can kind of come down Passyunk and have a whole day down here if you wanted to. There's a farmer's market occasionally. I forget the dates of it. It's not going on now because it's winter time, but this square here has a farmer's market in it during the more pleasant months of the year. And this is called the Singing Fountain. It's not singing right now, but when it's got water in it during the nicer parts of the year, there is a song. It's like there's music that plays here all the time. Oh man, a little free library. What do we got? Murder at the Red October. Nothing super interesting. Cool. This is a sort of the center of Passyunk Avenue is this square that we're in right now. It's a little meeting spot, gathering spot. We've got a market here during the year. Hey, if you are just listening to the stream, you're not watching, perhaps you are lurking, perhaps, or if you're not a subscriber, just or a Prime member. Prime? Yeah. No, Twitch Turbo, sorry. Anyway, there's going to be an ad coming up. It's going to be 3 minutes long, so just be aware. We're going to run an ad. It's going to play automatically, and then we'll be right back. So now's a good time to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and just letting you know. Heads up. Hopefully you stick around. I'm going to cross here as we can. So far, the little libraries are super fun. I really enjoy them. I like looking at them. I don't often pick things out, but I do enjoy the browsing. I didn't see. Maybe that little exotic animal place is not here anymore. Maybe it went away. I don't know. Sometimes I'll grab a book out of those little libraries. The Food Lover's Companion, our favorite stream definition tome, came from a little free library.
It's not real. It's not real.
It's not real. It's not real. Good Lord. That threw me. That threw me for a loop. That was very abrupt. He was very, very adamant. All right. It's not real. It's not real. What? What? What does that mean? What does it mean? I know it's not real. We are in a simulation, after all. Are we not? This place, Essen Bakery, has amazing, amazing pastries. They're so good. They're so good that they have won awards for them and write-ups in national magazines, etc. DJ Harley, you have checked in already today. I know I said hi to you already today, but the bot will tell you if you've checked in or not. For our grocery friends, this is the South Philly Acme, Passyunk Acme. It has a parking lot. This store is super popular. It's actually a pretty good store, grocery wise. They have a lot of stuff in here. It's usually a lot of they have a high turnover of stuff in this store, so it's usually pretty fresh. pretty fresh. Climb, hello. Walk with dads. That's right. Well, we're walking today. We've been doing some walking. How far have we walked? Let me check my steps here. 12 kilometers today. Not bad. Last IRL stream, we did 20 kilometers. So we got a little bit more. We're not going to do 20 kilometers today. That's for damn sure. That would be too much. Too much walking. We might get to, I don't know, we might. Actually, like I said that, like I had a definitive number of kilometers that we were going to do in mind today, and I do not. I do not. It is far. That's a normal, 20K is not normal. 20K is about my limit, my daily limit would probably be about 25. If I had good socks and the right shoes, I think 25 kilometers is probably about what I would want to do in a day. All right, we're going to continue down Passyunk Avenue here. I keep vacillating between calling it Passyunk and Passyunk. Saying it as Passyunk, saying it as Passyunk is wrong. Saying it as Passyunk is like acceptable. And then if you are from South Philly or you've been here long enough, Passyunk would be how you would say it, with like an SH. The actual spelling is Passyunk. And I see I've got some snow on the lens here. Let me wipe you off. There we go. That's a little better. Is it? Hold on. There we go. That's it. Anyway, in no circumstance is the street pronounced Passyunk. Passyunk. That's incorrect. Welcome back. If you are seeing ads, thank you for being patient. I appreciate it. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes them. I don't like them. But they happen, and now they're over. And they won't happen again for another hour. So you've got time to be frustrated and center yourself afterward. All right, so we're still on Passyunk Avenue. We're taking Passyunk all the way down to 5th today. So we're doing the entirety of East Passyunk. That's going to end at 5th and Bainbridge. So just a block or so off of South Street is where we're gonna end up. So distance-wise, we are about halfway through the Passyunk Avenue corridor. And we're coming up now, if you're a cheesesteak fan, and you are looking, or if you're like looking up famous places to go in Philadelphia, this is definitely going to be like right at the top of that list here. This is the inventor of the cheesesteak, Pat's King of Steaks. And that's not an unfounded claim. That is like true. It's like trackable. Anyway, this little corner here is a hotbed of activity around basically any time after like 9 p.m. Here's where you come to get your cheesesteak when you want to be a tourist in the city. You come down here to Pat's and Gino's and decide which one of these is going to be less worse for you. Zach, welcome in. Good day. We've been walking outside today. We're in, we walked all the way down Broad Street from Washington down to the stadiums, down to FDR Park. We walked all around the park. And we walked back up Broad Street to Passyunk Avenue, and we turned on Passyunk, and that's where we are now. So we took a look at South Broad. That was the kind of the big walk this morning. Walked all through FDR Park, big public space. Want to be in the vlog? What do you got to say? Go. All right. I want to be in the vlog, he says. Well, now you are. Congrats. Anyway. I was like, what do you have to say? And he was like, I don't know. He failed. All he had to do was say go birds. Anyway, we're walking all the way down East Passyunk Avenue from Broad Street down to 5th Street. And we've arrived at the cheesesteak corner. So we were down here when we went through the Italian market maybe 2-3 months ago. So we're going to take a little different exit out of this area today. I'm going to let all these folks go, and then we're going to cross the street here. So Pat's is here, Gino's is here. Pat's, Gino's. They're across the street from each other. And they work really hard, and lots of people eat their cheesesteaks every day. Gino's Steaks, the best, it says. But that's Cheesesteak Corner. We're not going to stop there. We're not going to stop there because I'm not eating lunch right now. We're just going to continue down Passyunk. Now, we're into a more residential section of this street. Again, this street goes diagonally. So it's weird. The city itself is laid out on a grid. Thanks Ben Franklin. And there's a few streets that go diagonally across that grid. Moyamensing is one. Moyamensing is a little farther east of where I am. Moyamensing, Passyunk, Point Breeze Ave are all diagonal streets in the center city area. And then when you get up to North Philly, Germantown's probably the largest of those, the most notable of those in North Philly. So we're walking on one of the weird diagonal streets in the city. We're going to go down to 5th and Bainbridge is where we're landing today. And then from there, I will probably walk back toward Center City because that's going to put us down on South Street, just off of South Street. So from there, we can walk back towards Center City. I don't think I'm going to stop for lunch today. I think today's just a walking movement day. I might stop to get a beverage at some point, but I don't think we're going to do lunch because honestly, I'm not really that hungry. So maybe a little snack somewhere. We'll see. I had an idea that I was thinking about doing today, but then I was like, no, I want to actually do more prep for that. I wanted to do an IRL stream where we go to a couple of the famous cookie spots in the city. There's a bunch of places that do cookies. A chic, right? I'm just like, I'm not hungry, so I'm not going to eat. But I would have a snack. I would definitely have a snack. But I wanted to do some. Sorry, something just caught my eye. There's this dispensary here that says no med card needed on the window. Huh. Because that's not legal here yet. So what are we doing? I don't know, it caught my eye. No reason. Anyway, I want to do a stream, and we're definitely going to do this, of cookies. Just doing like a couple, maybe like 5 or 6 of the cookie shops that do like notable stuff in the Center City area. But I want to be able to like rate them and have like a system for judging them. And I didn't want to just like make that up on the spot. So we didn't do that today. Although I would have done that today. I thought about it. Look at all these birds up on the wire up here. I love that. It's super, it's kind of cool. Very Hitchcockian, if that's your thing. Exeter, thanks for hanging out today. Appreciate you. See you again. Well, next time we'll be live, unless I do like a pop-up random stream over the weekend evening. There's a very slim chance that I might do a stream like Saturday or Sunday night. But it's extremely unlikely. I'd have to be in a specific mood for that. But the next time we stream after that is going to be Tuesday of next week, and that'll be for dinner time. So the Tuesday stream is going to be back in the kitchen as we do. But thanks for hanging out today. It's nice to see you. I hope you have a good weekend coming up. Tatsu, hello. Hello. February cookie specials. Ooh, that's right, Valentine's Day. I forgot. I always forget about Valentine's Day. We don't do anything for Valentine's Day. It's not like a acknowledged holiday. So, yeah, I want to do a cookie stream. I have to find a couple places. I have to research a couple places. I have a few in mind, but I want to research hours and make sure that like I can kind of set a schedule up and know where I'm going and what route I'm taking. But I wanted to tell you about another IRL stream that I am planning coming up. It's either going to be, it might be next Friday, so I will definitely post about it and we'll talk all about it if it is. But regardless, it is going to be coming up soon. I am going to go to. Hello, dog friend. That one had something to say. What is this little shop? This is a cute little place. What is this? I just want to see what this is. Taco Heart. Huh. Tacos. Never going to go wrong with a taco. Well, no. All right. So next week, I was talking about IRL stuff. Next week, it might be next Friday. It might be the Friday after. I'm waiting for the folks to get back to me. But we're going to go to the largest buffet in the United States. It also happens to be the largest farm market in Pennsylvania, which is super cool. So it's huge. It's called Shady Maple Smorgasbord. Shady, like tree shade, maple as in like trees. Smorgasbord as in like buffet. Anyway, we're going to Shady Maple Smorgasbord. I'm going to take my friend Drew, who's been on stream before. We made lumpia on stream like a year ago, I think that was. I don't remember exactly when. Less than a year ago. Anyway, Drew is an enthusiastic eater. He's also a writer, has worked in food media. So he's a good foil for this type of trip. Also, he's like one of my closest friends, and I enjoy hanging out with him. And I was like, I texted him, I was like, do you want to go to a buffet with me? And he was like, hell yeah. And then we told his partner, Michelle, and she was like, oh my God, I grew up going there. Like I literally grew up going there as a kid regularly. Like I've been there so many times. So she might go too, depending on the schedule. But this buffet is a massive buffet. Look at this car. That's kind of cool. Massive buffet, massive farm market. I called them and was like asking them about filming, right? And they were like, oh yeah, come on in, like we don't care. They're like, we get people in here filming all the time. The staff knows all about influencers, it's cool, just do whatever you want. And I was like, okay, thanks. But then I emailed them separately, they're like, marketing person, Tatsu, the buffet is called Shady Maple, SHADYMAPLE. If you just Google Shady Maple Buffet, you're going to get to the right spot. I guarantee you it's the first result. But I talked to the marketing person there, and I'm going to schedule a tour. Like, they're going to give us a tour of the kitchen and the market. At least that's what I asked for. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that that's what we get out of the situation. If all we get to do is walk around and look, that's also fine. Here's another little free library. Anyone in this one? Anything in this one? Nope. The It Girl, the IT Girl. Those are two very different books. The IT Girl book is not very exciting, but you know. Anyway, we are gonna go to Shady Maple. It's gonna be on a Friday. It's gonna be either next Friday or the following Friday. So I will post all about it. We'll do a full like update on the schedule. That one I will publish what we're doing in advance. Like, I know that today I was just like, yesterday I was like, what am I gonna do tomorrow? I have a whole list of like ideas. I'm not like lost for ideas, but something like that needs to get scheduled ahead of time. Anyway, I talked to the marketing person there, and they were down to have us come in and get a little tour. So I don't really know what that entails. I'm hoping to talk to him, him, Jared, I'm assuming it's a him. I'm hoping to actually speak with him at some point and talk about like what the opportunities are. So anyway, that's exciting. We're gonna do that coming up. I'd like to spend like a bunch of time there. Ideally, I'd love to like go and eat lunch and then get a tour and then eat dinner. So that would be fun. But we'll see how it turns out. It is Tatsu. It is huge. It's the largest buffet in the United States. So it's large. I'm shocked, honestly, that it's the largest buffet in the United States is not at a casino, but I don't know. Yeah, and it's not too far from Philly. It's like a little over like an hour and a half drive or so. So it's really not bad to get there. And we'll go, yeah, it's going to be on a Friday. When the guy emailed me back, he said, like, I explained that I wanted to do a tour and all, and he was like, well, Fridays, I said, Thursdays, I'd love to do a Thursday if that's possible. And he was like, well, Fridays would be better for me. And I was like, Fridays it is. Like, I don't really care. Like, whenever you want to take me in the tour of your kitchen, I will go there at that time. It is an all-day buffet. They do breakfast. You can reserve. Okay, they open the doors for you to come in and sit down at 5:30 in the morning. 05:30 hours. And there's a note on the website that says, please note, food will not be available until 6 a.m. But yeah, they do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so I want to just go and see kind of all of it. I don't know if we need to eat multiple meals there, but I think if it's a possibility, it would be really fun. So I love this mural. These finches here. They're pretty cool. It's an old mural. It's kind of faded on the left-hand side. You can see where it's starting to wear off. It's a good one though. And weddings. Imagine getting married at the Shady Maple Buffet. I mean, I know that people do. Certainly people do. All right. We're down here. We're down here at 5th and Bainbridge. This is the end of Passyunk East Passyunk Avenue. This is probably one of the more fascinating thrift stores. Two of my favorite stores to just like browse around in are, actually more than two, are right in this kind of immediate area. Philly AIDS Thrift, right here across the street, is a massive donation-based thrift store. Multiple levels, all sorts of different departments. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the big birds. Those are house finches, I think. I don't know a lot about birds, but finches are usually pretty easy to spot. So when we went to the Head House Square Farmers Market that one time, a couple Sundays ago, that was basically right over here. We are at 5th, coming out on 5th and South Street right now. 5th and South is blocks. 2nd and South is where Head House Market is. So that's a little bit farther east from where we are. Man, yeah, people are feeling, I think people are, I don't know what vibe is happening in the city today, but it's a weird one. Like, truly, it's weird. Like, it's not, it's anxious. Like, it's a very, like, people are, it feels like worried somehow. Like, people are nodding, but they're not saying hi. And that's odd. Like, as someone who walks around in the city all the time, usually when you make direct eye contact with, gosh, I am from Philly. When you make direct eye contact, there's a T in that word. Usually when you make direct eye contact with somebody and you like nod, they'll like say hi. That has not happened today. The only person I made direct eye contact with and said hi to was like this fucking guy. So I don't know. What did he say? I don't even remember now, but he just grumbled some nonsense under his breath at me. Very passive aggressively. So today's a weird one in the city. The mood is anxious. The mood is anticipatory. And it's only Thursday, so like, it's just gonna get worse. Jay, welcome. That's twice today. Look, can you see us? Can you see us? I still love, I don't know why I say I used to, but this store, Repo Records, has been here for a long time and is, I used to love this store. Came here all the time when I was in college, just to like, how you doing? Just to look at music. Retrospect vintage. But hear me out, y'all. What if we bought a cowboy outfit? What if we bought a cowboy outfit? They sell chaps here. They also sell chaps at Condom Kingdom across the street, but I think those are different. Look at this dress. This is really cool. This sort of paisley pattern. I like it. I like it. We're not going to buy a cowboy outfit today, unfortunately. Now, instead of going to Pat's and Gino's, I would encourage you to go to Ishkabibbles. I bet their cheesesteak is better. I know that the cheesesteak at Jim's is pretty good, but we didn't see Jim's today. We're too far west on South Street. So we walked, everyone's cold and a little upset. This is probably also true. Probably also some truth to that. Right now we are walking westbound on South Street. If we keep going on this street, we're going to get to the Schuylkill River Trail. We're not going to go that far today, but you would get there if we went in this direction and continued. Oh, I smell it. I smell it. Someone around me is smoking marijuana. Coincidentally, it also smells like fried chicken from the Federal Donuts right here. Might be the same thing. Probably not. I am. Live stream. Live stream.
Live stream.
Eat at Dad's. It's on Twitch. What do you got? Eat at Dad's. It's on Twitch or YouTube. Pick one.
Eat at Dad's?
That's right.
All right, so when that's going to be posted?
It's live right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What do you got to say? What do you got to say about Philly?
What I say about Philly? Really good. They got some good food. But these women, they need to change their mindset.
Philly's good. Good.
They're out here thinking wrong, and there's really good men out here. They just fucking them up.
We'll take it.
They draining them all the way out. But everybody have the best day.
You too. You too. Philly's good. Did y'all catch that? That was great. He said, Philly's great, but these women out here got to change their mindset. God bless. I love it. Ty, I did just pass a CBD store. Yeah, there's a lot of head shops, places that sell tobacco smoking accessories here. It's not marijuana is not legal in the city. It's decriminalized, but it's not legal. It is medically legal, so there's places where you can get medical marijuana, but not just on the street corner, unfortunately. Welcome to live TD. We heard him. Good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if the mic picked up completely, but the mic is pretty sensitive, which is weird. Not weird, but it's notable. It's the same mic that I use at home, and my at-home mic does not pick up those types of things. Oh, what an awesome! I love this Blazy Susan instead of a Lazy Susan. That's a great logo. That's a really funny company name. Also, yeah, there's multiple like CBD head shops along South Street. South Street's fascinating because it's been like a hangout spot for everyone, you know, mainly like younger folks, teens, early 20s, teens, 20s, etc. And it changes. Here's your local anarchist bookstore, Wooden Shoe. It changes. There's always new shops along the street here. There's things, you know, things come and go. There's some shops that have been here forever, and then there's always some sort of new thing happening. So it's nice. Like walking along South Street is very different from when I was in college and when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 30s. Anyway, it's very different now than it was then, but it feels the same. Like the shops are different. The shops are different, but the vibe is the same. Look at this, South Street Cannabis Museum. See? Interesting. 21 plus only. Fascinating. Cannabis museum, huh? Looked like they had a lot of stuff for sale in there. It's funny, that must be a preschool learning garden. It must be nap time. What time is it? 2:30, 15:30. I was gonna say, it must be nap time. The lights are off and there's like calming, very calming piano music playing very loudly from the inside of that daycare. They're just like putting the kids to sleep. Or maybe waking up, I don't know. Whatever. A weed museum, Ty, exactly. Like, I don't think it looked like a shop to me. These are funny. All of the like the mini marts, all the city mini marts have signs like this, and it's like not just Philly. Like every city, they have those like product signs. So we're just walking on South Street. It is definitely nap time. I'm like, is it? It's about 14:40 or so, or exactly, according to my phone. It's definitely a nap time. I'm thinking about older kids who have like one nap, and it's a little late for nap time, but Shawty, pull up. Open mic comedy at Milk Boy, South Street, 7 p.m. Sunday. Pull up. Hey, here we are. Hello. Should take a selfie in this mirror, huh? Look. It's everybody. Fun. Yeah, end of nap time, so Fluff, that's right. Master Splits, hello. What luxurious, expensive ingredient should I add? Let me preface this poll. Beluga caviar, white truffle, Alaskan king crab, Australian abalone, or sea urchin. Ooh, abalone. How would I even get that? I know how I would get that. I would ask one of the fish vendors for it. Anyway, I should note that including any of those ingredients on your cheesesteak disqualifies it from being a Philly cheesesteak. By virtue of its existence in the sandwich, it disqualifies it. And I'm not a purist. I mean, I think that sounds great. But I would tell you that lots of people would tell you, I would remind you that lots of people would tell you that that would not be a Philly cheesesteak. It would no longer be a Philly cheesesteak. As we've discussed at length, Philadelphia cheesesteak has cheese, beef, and onions. And not Alaskan king crab, although Alaskan king crab with cheese would be kind of funny. Wow, it's really kind of, the snow is like starting to come down. It's sticking to my eyelashes, like I can feel it. You can feel it like sticking to me. It's kind of, it's not unpleasant. Here's another, we just passed another Acme here. Acme is a big grocery chain on the East Coast. All right, we've passed this before, the Magic Garden. A really fascinating place. All sorts of like glasswork and murals and all sorts of stuff back in here. You can go in here for a tour. I don't know if they'd let you bring a camera in. I assume they would.
I don't know, there's a lot out there.
Where's Rocky's apartment? Probably in South Philly. Here's another convenience / smoke shop. I would venture to say there's 15 convenient smoke shops on South Street. I'm just like, I don't have a hard number, but I know for sure I can think of at least 4 of them that are on the east side of Broad and South, and we're on the west side, and we're only at 11th. There's going to be like 3 more. We're going to pass at least 3 more if we walk just to Broad. That place, the Magic Garden, is cool, Ty. There's all sorts of Magic Garden style murals around the city. Like, we're literally going to pass another one right here coming up on the left-hand side. It's the same same artist who does all of them. Maybe not the exact same person, but it's this person's specific style. This sort of broken tile mosaic. Here's another one right here. Same guy, same thing. And these murals are quite literally all over the place in the city. Okay, I think I know what we're going to do. I think we're going to go to the last drop. I think we're going to go get a little snack if they have some sort of pastry there, I hope. Maybe, if we're lucky, they're going to have 1 cheese Danish left. We're not going to be lucky though. It's 14:46, so I'm guessing they're not going to have any Danishes left, but they might. And if they do, we'll get one. So we'll go to the last drop. We'll sit there for a few minutes, and then I'll finish. We'll walk back down Broad Street. We'll walk back down Broad Street to Washington Avenue, where we started the day. So we're gonna get a little snack here. A little snack. Oh, they'll have a cookie though. I was talking about cookies earlier. We do have a poll up in chat. Which luxurious cheesesteak ingredient do you think would go well? I would say, if I was putting on a cheesesteak, I would probably go with the truffles myself, because mushrooms are already normal add-on for cheesesteaks. But the abalone would be fascinating too. Rains, can I do a backflip? Yup, one time. We are not iShow speed. I will not be doing backflips on stream. Could I do one on a trampoline? Once, absolutely. The aftermath? I don't know, but could I move my body in that direction? Yeah, probably. If I'm guessing, I think I could probably do that. From standing on the ground? Nah. Welcome in though, regardless. Dr. Hex Mikey, hello. Good to have you. I love that abstract, somehow out of place abstract art. Philly there's some statistic about murals in the city where, I don't know the exact stat, so I don't want to quote it, but if I'm going to make something up that is kind of similar to what I think that stat is, there are more murals per capita in Philly than anywhere else in the country. I think that might be true. So we have a ton of murals here. There's lots, and they're everywhere. I had to do 2 votes because 2 things seemed interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've had abalone. Abalones are shellfish, right? They're kind of like oysters. They're like rock. What am I thinking of? Not urchins. They're like stationary on tidal rocks, if I'm not mistaken. Here's some more, just like pop-up art. This guy Joe Burchow does these prints, these like black and white cutout prints that are really cool. They're stopping, we're going. All right. So we've now walked well north of Washington Avenue. We crossed Washington Avenue as I was talking about the buffet. So I like started talking about the buffet just after crossing Washington. So let's see if Last Drop is even open. I think they're open. I want to know who first looked at a sea urchin and thought, I wonder if I can eat that. I don't know. It is a very, very, very weird thing to look at and think, I should put that in my mouth. But, you know, to each their own. All right, can I sit? I'm just looking for a table here. There's no tables upstairs. So, let's go in anyway. We'll find a place to sit. Maybe we'll sit at the counter.